Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation.
Right, the children of Israel, they hard-headed. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Our people are hard-headed. That's why we are in a situation we are in today as a people. Read.
To a rebellious nation that had rebelled against me.
They trying to hear this book. They want to know what we doing on here while I don't go home. Read.
They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
Sacrifice, living sacrifice. Put my body on the line till it's paradise. You've been gambling with your soul like a paradise. You gon' crap out real soon, living for you.
And he said he gonna answer for a reason. Because we hate the instructions. We ain't trying to listen to the instructions that the Most High is telling us. So God said when your judgment come, he gonna laugh. This is the reason he gonna laugh. Jeremiah 44 and verse 4. Read.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 4. Howbeit, I send unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
So this is why God gonna laugh after us. Because he already given us warning. And we ain't trying to hear the warning. Give me that in Ezekiel, chapter 2, verse 3. God gave us warning. And we trying to hear. So when the real trouble come, and we bawling out, oh God, God laughing after us. Read that for me.
Ezekiel 2. Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation.
Right, the children of Israel, they hard-headed. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Our people are hard-headed. That's why we are in a situation we are in today as a people. Read.
To a rebellious nation that had rebelled against me.
They ain't trying to hear this book. They want to know what we doing on here while I don't go home. Read.
They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
Even up till the day of today, Sunday. Read.
For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted.
Our head hard.
I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thou saith the Lord God. And they, whether they will hear,
Whether are you going to hear,
or whether they will forbear.
or whether are you going to block out your ears,
For they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that they have been a prophet among them.
are you going to understand the words of this Bible? Let's jump back. Brethren, that question for you. Good afternoon, elders. Are you going into the 53rd Annual Agriculture Fair? We had 53 of these. Can St. Christ sustain his people when it comes to agriculture? Yes or no? No. You understand that? Is that a good or a bad thing? That's a good thing that we can't sustain ourselves? Nah, that ain't a good thing. A nation's supposed to be able to feed its own people. That's the problem with our people. Give me that in Job chapter 14 verse 4. That's the problem with our people. The brethren says it's a good thing we can't sustain ourselves unless he didn't hear what I asked him properly. But if that's what he said, give me that in Job chapter 14 verse 4.
The book of Job, chapter 14, verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean?
No clean thing can come out of an unclean thing. So right now the unclean thing, we getting our food from our oppressors. You understand? We don't know what the hell we eating. War broke out, we can't feed ourselves here on this island. And we care about these things. We studying about these things until the day gonna come that famine hit this little island here. Due to the war that's going to break out in these last days. Brethren, I got a quick question. I know, but here we did 53rd Annual Agriculture Fair. We had 53 of them. Can the island of St. Croix sustain itself when it comes to agriculture? Nah, that ain't a shame. So we got to deal with these issues, you understand? These are the things that we got to be concerned about as a people. Jump back to Proverbs, which part you been. This is the things that we have to study about. This is the things that we have to pay attention to in these last days. Read.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 1 verse 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
But God ain't not here, just like we don't want to hear God. Read.
They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
Good afternoon, sis. How you doing? Quick. I want to ask you something quick. As we telling our people. Good afternoon, my name is Nehemiah. What's your name? Keturah, by biblical name. Listen, we coming out here for the 53rd annual agriculture fair, which means we've been here 53 times, 53 years. Can the island of St. Croix sustain everybody that's on this island right now agriculturally?
Right now, no.
No. What you think about that? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 17.
I think it's possible too.
It's possible too. It's possible too. And I agree with you, because if you study this part of the island behind here, it gets some wells back here. We had a lot of source of waters in the 50s, in the 60s, when you hear our elders them tap. You understand? But it's possible, but why it's not happening? Listen to this. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 17.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 17. Curse shall be thy basket.
It's a curse shall be our basket. What we put in our basket? Our foods, right? Curse shall be our basket. You go Pueblo, you're picking up the basket to put in groceries. Right? Read.
Curse shall be thy basket and thy store.
And thy store. We don't have no food storage. We can't sustain our people. That's a cost, right? If we can't feed our own people, that's a cost, right, Keturah? In a way, because you're supposed to be able to feed your own. Imagine, put it in a small perspective. You die your household. Your people is your children. If you can't feed them, that's a cost. So the leader of these places, we are their children, their people. If they can't feed we, it's a cost. Now you gotta ask yourself, why these costs come upon us? What do you think?
I think I just want to know, like, what's your we shouldn't be relying on the higher up to feed us anyway. We should be feeding ourselves.
Right.
They should have a system in place.
Right. I agree with you, because we had it like that before. But now here's the thing. God, you just said something so important. Listen to this. Give me verse 15.
Sure. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we ain't listen to this Bible, this is our Bible. This is our book. So come blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, right? Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses
So if we didn't listen, curses
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
overtake thee means you're going to be trying and you can't get the results you want. Over 53 years. Overtaking us and we can't feed ourselves. It's a cost. Now listen to the reason why the cost are upon us, and I'm going to show you some history here in St. Croix. Jump down to verse 45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Till we be destroyed, till we can't feed ourselves. Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So the curses, right, will be upon a particular people for a sign. What does a sign do, Keturah? It identifies something. If you want to know where the agriculture fairground is, you gotta watch the sign. Right? So it says the curses gonna be upon us for a sign. It's going to be an identifying marker. Right? Listen.
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed.
It said it's gonna be upon thy seed a sign, an identifying marker, and thy seed
for Ever.
So for a particular people forever. So listen to this. Let me get a book there. We're going to read a book, right? That name From Columbus to Castro. Right? Show the sister. From Columbus to Castro. Written by Eric Williams, who was the former Prime Minister of Trinidad. Give me page 134. Look at what this book says about the island of St. Croix. Start from here totally.
This is the book From Columbus to Castro, page 134. Totally unconcerned, however, the Caribbean planters went their way, serving their one God. In 1774, Nevis exported 3,320 tons of sugar.
So listen good, that's Nevis, right? 3,000.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And